Good morning. You're watching the National Desk, America's News Now. And for the first time since March of last year, the COVID-19 death toll has fallen to below 300 deaths per day. Joining us now to discuss the latest coronavirus headlines is Dr. Kirk Sell. Dr. Sell, good morning.
Good morning.
It appears that President Joe Biden's not going to reach his goal of at least partly vaccinating 70% of adults against COVID by July 4th. But based on, what you're seeing and hearing from your colleagues, what factors do you think are contributing to the decrease of the people receiving the vaccine, and what effect could that have as the months continue? Because we are seeing cases still continuing on a downward trend.
Yeah, I think that we always knew that there would be a large number of people that would be hard to reach with vaccine, but we didn't really know where that line would fall. I think that getting close to 70% is better than I expected 5 months ago, but there are a lot of reasons why vaccinations are slowing. It really does come down to the 3 C's. For many, there's a sense of complacency about the risk of COVID. For others, the vaccine isn't convenient enough, and then others might still have low vaccine confidence. And while we can make progress in these areas, I do think that people have really solidified their opinions on vaccine at this point.
I think at this point, too, you either are or you're not. It's kind of one of those situations where, well, what else can you do to encourage someone, right, to get it? But I did just read a report about a nasal spray being developed to treat COVID. What do you know about this nasal spray?
Well, this nasal spray provides a therapeutic antibody to fight the virus. But I think that this is an alternative to getting vaccinated, since it doesn't provide that same level of protection. This is more of a treatment that if you catch the virus. I think new developments like that treatments that make COVID more manageable are always good. But we'll have to see how this treatment sort of comes along as it, is tested further.
Yeah, I was going to say, we haven't heard about a nasal spray up to this point, one that's been this effective. Do you know the efficacy on it? Has it been shown to be well in some of these trials that have gone on, that it's been very effective effective in treating this?
I think that it's had good sort of preliminary test results, but I think we're not ready. This is not something that's going to be rolled out tomorrow. It needs a lot more testing to see if it's going to actually be useful in this grand scheme of things.
And while you're here, I have to ask you about a recent study you conducted along with your peers regarding dogs detecting diseases. Take a minute, if you can, to explain what you guys found.
Yeah, so this was a really interesting piece of research that our team and others from other fields worked on to think through how scent dogs, who do such great work in airports and in other places, could play a role in lessening the impact of a future pandemic. Right now it's kind of hard to make an impact on COVID right now because there's a lot of detection capabilities. But in an early pandemic, we need a fast and straightforward way to detect disease. And so there's a lot of potential because these dogs are a way to figure out, to smell people who are positive with COVID. But this isn't something that's any sort of just-in-time technology. So there does need to be some existing infrastructure and more research, to make sure that this is something that can be put into play. It's not something that you can just make from scratch at the very beginning of a pandemic.
How did you guys conduct this?
So we brought together a bunch of researchers and did a number of some do scent dog research, some do policy research, and we sort of thought through and put together a paper on how this might be a potential solution. But it really requires a combination of policy and also the people who are actually doing the research with the scent dogs. They do tests, and they have people who have been positive with COVID. They give a sample, and then they run the dogs through these tests to see, can they detect it? And they have had pretty good results.
This is always so fascinating to me. It's amazing the smell that dogs have and how they're able to really find this kind of stuff out, right? Sniff it out. It's amazing. All right, Dr. Sell, thanks so much for joining us this morning here on the National Desk. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.